Right, so now we want to make sure that our user understands where to aim for, right? So we want to add our arrow, and the arrow is always going to aim at the direction of the target. How can we do this? Well, if we go back up like this, we have loaded our arrow model. Now what we can do is to add this arrow, so func add arrow, and we'll call this straight away before I forget, so add arrow. Okay, and in here, so what we want is to have the arrow's position, so arrow dot position, and here I'm going to do minus 0.3, so that's only 30 centimeters off the screen. Then the arrow's position for the Y position, so actually that was, sorry I forgot, that was the Z, so the distance. Then the height is going to be here, and we're going to do 0.08. It's actually not very high at all. Let's see how that's going to look. It might not actually be perfect on the first try, but never mind. And here we are going to try and get our point of view. So POV for the scene view and the point of view. And then here I'm going to try and get, actually I don't even need the camera, I just get the point of view, which is an SCN node. And if I can't get this, I'm just going to return. But if I can get the point of view, then what I can do is point of view dot add child node, and that's going to be our arrow. Hope you're following. Let's just run this really quickly. Guard let, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so you can see we've got the arrow, and it just stays, it's attached to my camera. Obviously right now it doesn't move. This is really annoying. We can't actually tell what this thing is, but bear with me. We'll just make sure that we animate this thing right now. Okay, so finally let's add one last function in here, and that's going to be the renderer. So the renderer is updating every, I think it's like 60 times a second. That is just too fast for me. But anyway, renderer, and you can see I've got my the top one here called update at time. So if I use this in here, what I can do is to get the camera first. So I guess it's the point of view again. Let me just go back where I already had, where was it? In here. Z, C, V. Okay, so I've got my point of view, and I'm going to, inside of this point of view, I can look for all the nodes in the frustum, which means that if the target node is showing on my screen, then it's going to come up. If it's not showing in my screen, then I won't see the name of it, right? And that's when we want to show the arrow to aim at the right direction. So first, let's get let the frustum nodes equals, so point of view, actually sorry, we do a scene view, dot nodes inside of the frustum of our point of view. And once we have that, we can check if the frustum nodes contain. So frustum nodes contains, and here we can check if it contains our target, right? So here I can say if the frustum nodes contains target, then we want to hide the arrow, so arrow.isHidden equals true. Oops, and if not, then we want to animate the arrow. So first of all, let's make sure that we go back to isHidden is false. And in here, I'm going to add a arrow dot, and look at that, it's actually extremely simple. Look at, and what we want to look at is the target dot position. Now, yeah, that's all we need really. So let's try this and see what it looks like. And there we go. Okay, so as you can see, this is always aiming at the target. If I change, yeah, okay, well, I was lucky, it's exactly there. Oh, now it's this way. If I turn and I look, boom, I can see my target is right there. Boom. Go again, and I can tell straight away where they are. Now this, you can see how this can be a little problem. But never mind, we can now make sure that the target always looks at the user. Boom. Oh, it was right there in front of me. Boom. Excellent. Okay, so what I can do here is just add this one line of code and make sure that here the target look at, and here we just pass our point of view dot position. And that should be enough. Okay, so see you in the next video where I'm going to show you how to mess with the camera and apply some effects to it. Alright, see you there.